Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Pankatsu Akuma. You know the drill? Because I am back to normal, I am healthy, I am fully recovered. Well, I would say I'm probably about 95%. There's like this annoying thing that's happening with my tongue and my throat that still bothers me. So maybe about 95%, yeah. It sometimes doesn't happen, but sometimes when I'm actually chewing my food, it actually hurts. So I don't know what's causing this. And if I press like below my neck, like just below, not really my neck, below my chin, there's like a bit of a bulge there. So it seems like something is actually swollen. But I'm not sure what's the cause of it. Sometimes it hurts quite a bit, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't hurt when I'm talking like this, it just happens when I'm like chewing some food. So it's probably something to do with inside of my mouth rather than my throat. But yeah, I just came back from the gym and it's doing good. I'm actually still... I actually felt the DOMs. I don't know what they're actually... like what the abbreviation is actually called. Or you know, what the full name of it is called. But DOMs are basically muscle soreness. And I haven't felt that in quite a while, so it always feels nice. It's not a good indication because whenever you feel DOMs, it actually means that you're overtraining. You shouldn't really be feeling it. But, you know, sometimes you just wanna feel it so that kinda, it feels like you're doing work to your body, right? Like that sort of reaction kinda feels nice. Even though scientifically, you don't really need to feel that sort of like thing. But yeah, I also had a weird dream today, guys. This is like such a weird dream. Maybe I watch or read too much doujins, man. But I kid you not, I was like, I turned back into my kid self, and then my sister introduced me to her like friend, and yeah, I actually banged her when she was like helping me out on like a homework or whatever. It's so weird. I'm not really into those doujins too. It's not like I'm into like Shota doujins. I don't want to become like a small guy and then I bang someone who's older than me. That's just like, it's not weird necessarily, but it's not like my kink, right? So I don't know what the heck happened and why I actually got that dream. A really strange dream. But okay, enough about that. Let's actually talk about the last episode recap. So in the last episode, we started Yu's route, and Yu, I gotta say that Yu is actually not that bad of a character. I do think someone like Yu is pretty, not interesting, but very realistic. Someone who does what someone who plans what she wants and actually act upon them. Even though it means that, you know, they're kind of playing people, right? That's how Yu is in my eyes. The problem I have is always going to be about Ren. I don't think that Ren is a very good character. Well, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's very realistic. A lot of people I feel like are like this. They don't have convictions, but for someone like me who, like, I really hate these sort of people. People who just bend to the will of other people, right? They're people pleasers. They don't have a conviction of their own. Maybe Ren does. Maybe he does, but I don't know. From what I've seen so far, and we're probably almost 100% done with the game, he doesn't feel like he has his own personality. He's always at the whims of other people. He's always doing stuff for other people. So yeah, the only thing that he does for himself is actually just the sex. But sometimes the scene itself is not because he wants to have sex, right? It's because he got played and then he got horny and wants to have sex. Like what happened on the previous episode. Even though we haven't had sex really, it's just like a, you know, a sexual scene. But yeah, we kind of got into this temporary engagement with Yu because she fooled us. And we got into a boob job. We told our parents, we told Yu's parents. We went on a date, I think? Did we go on a date? I think we did, but I could be mistaken. Or maybe we're trying to go on a date right now. But yeah, I don't remember if we went on a date or not yet. But people actually was talking about it at the dorm. Blah blah blah. Riri and Emmy were doing expected stuff. For some reason though, not many other routes actually give us as much. What's the word? I feel like in all of the other routes, a lot of the girls don't seem to pay attention to us that much. Like, I don't think Emmy and Riria reacted this strongly when we were doing it with Arla, right? I don't remember about Miyabi-senpai. As for Emmy and Riria, I think it's kind of understandable that they are not really gonna have too much of a reaction since it's kind of believable that the people that, you know, live with us the longest are going to be our girlfriend. But yeah, I guess we're gonna start and see what's gonna happen right now. Onto this story. Oh, I forgot that we actually slept with you on the last episode, and then it was a pretty wholesome scene because we didn't have sex. That was a nice one. Huh? Nice touch. But it also tells me that this game was also not really meant to be an 18 plus game, to be honest. Because are you kidding me? After what we did on the previous night, which was she giving us a boob job or blow job or whatever, and then she wants to do this, I feel like it's a bit weird. Don't you guys think it's a bit weird? We've done like so much weirder stuff, or you know, a lot more sexual stuff, and then suddenly she doesn't want to do it. I feel I feel like that's weird. I feel like I feel like the 18 plus in this game, they're supposed to be there, but the characters or the author doesn't know how to write characters without, you know, without breaking characters if the 18 plus are still there. Because in my opinion, they were talking about how they were withholding what their sexual urges on the previous night. But why do they even need to do that? They've already done the blowjob thing, right? Why do they need to do that? They could have just done that and not go to do the actual sex. They've already done it once. Why not do it twice, thrice, etc.? That's what I feel. I feel like it doesn't make sense that it happens like that. It's a sweet thing, it's a wholesome thing, but it doesn't make sense because they've already done something worse, is what I'm trying to say. Alas, the sun illuminates all. Even sleep-deprived couples like us who so dearly wish it wouldn't. Ugh, another arm. Sorry about that. Thought she was done, huh? If you don't mind having one arm draped over my shoulder like a wounded soldier, then sure. You expect me to carry you like Snow White? You know I have no energy for that. Anyway, let's see. Riddle. That's right, we spent the entire damn night playing that game. Why we're still doing it, I have no idea. Ruria. A. Actually, I was wondering that myself. In the end, you and I both doze off as we stroll to school. We assumed the wounded soldier stance, with Ruria supporting both of us.
Ren, 私はこう思うの。婚約者ってなんだろうって。
I bet. I chewed through my food as I listened to her words. So begins our late breakfast conversation, just between the two of us. Everyone else, by the way, has already finished and left. You and I are late because, once again, she refused to come out of bed, claiming it was too cold.
そこでお互いを知ろうと思います。
No, you should have already done that before you went into the engagement. Have you come up with a new plan for us, dear producer? It's been a few days since I officially became her temporary fiancé. I'm already used to this sort of conversation. As was the case when we first met, I have trouble following Yu's line of reasoning. Yu is, to simplify, the type of girl to act on any big idea that finds its way into her head. Not that she rushes into it without thinking, of course. She does give each new thought due consideration. So if she's settled on this one, I suspect it won't end in a pointless endeavor. Or so I think. but it's not like she hasn't jumped into random plans without thinking them over before. So, what are you proposing this time? I do want to know more about you. If only to learn more about how I feel about her. I want to know if I really do love you. This should be a thing when you're actually boyfriend and girlfriend, I think. Heck, I don't think that's actually when you become boyfriend and girlfriend. That's when you just get to know each other as a friend. If you want to go to the next step, then yeah, say you want to become boyfriend girlfriend. Though I don't really know what that entails. To be fair, right? I feel like if I'm comfortable with someone as a friend, I guess it's very hard to distinguish for me. Like, for me as a person, to be honest, or for me as an individual. To some people, it's probably pretty easy when you want to become boyfriend and a girlfriend with other people, right? To me, not so much, because I don't really distinguish my friends, my boyfriend, girlfriend, my wife. As I said, I don't really distinguish how I treat anyone, right? So, it actually is a bit confusing about how I would want to go to the next step with someone, even if I do like them. That's probably also one of the reasons why I've never really cared about boyfriend girlfriends, guys. I feel like there's nothing special about them. What exactly do you mean by learning more about each other?
そこが問題。私なりにいろいろ考えてみた。リリアは幼なじみ、エミリは妹、アルルは後輩。みんなそれぞれレンのことを知ってる。
What about Miyabi-senpai?
私だけレンの情報が少ない。
You may have a point. You may be my classmate, but you only recently transferred in. And chances are, the other girls collectively know more about me than I know about myself. No! No. No. I am not someone who can... I don't agree with people saying that they know me more than I do. I introspect a lot. And sometimes people have their own version of you in their heads that they kind of push onto you. And to some degree, it makes you consistent, but that doesn't necessarily mean that what they're thinking about you is the real you. Not that there's much to know about me in the first place. I'm not even a demon like them.
そう。私はもっとレンのことが知りたい。
But yeah, I really don't like it when someone says they actually know me better than myself. It's an insult to me, in my opinion. That's pretty pleasant to hear. It's nice knowing that you wants to learn about me. As much as I want to learn about her. It does make me blush a little. But still, I'm happy about it.
そこでお互いの情報交換をしようと思う。まずは私から質問するから答えて。
Okay, I'll answer whatever. I sit down on the sofa and try to brighten up my face a bit. There, all ready. I can take any question she throws at me. Yu was forthcoming about what she wants. The least I should do is acknowledge that honesty.
まず好きな体位から。
I don't have any probably. No experience. I mean, the hot one is probably when the girl's actually spreading their, their legs, right? But I don't even think that's a favorite sex position because, sometimes when you're thinking about sex position, you're thinking about what makes you feel the best, right? What makes you feel good. So, no idea. Yusan, why start with that?
そんなに変なこと聞いた？一般的な質問だと思うけど。
I wouldn't say it's a pretty standard question, but I don't mind answering it. Because I don't have one. But even if I do, I probably wouldn't mind answering it either. I don't know where that would count as a typical question. At the very least, I suppose it counts as normal between a pair of lovers, I guess. Actually, she and I are temporarily engaged. In a way, it makes sense that she would ask that. So the logic would go anyway, but...
じゃあ、次はレンが私に質問してみて。何でも答える。
We didn't answer you though. You passes the baton to me, apparently either satisfied with my response or else just not willing to wait for a proper one. I'd been on the latter. A question. Let me think. I guess I'll go with a classic. What are your hobbies?
G を少々。
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Okay, how about your favorite food?
それはレンも知ってるはず。辛いものが好き。辛くないものは辛くする。
I mean, can you really say that masturbating is your hobby? I don't know. Like I said, I like masturbating, but I use it more so as something that controls, you know, to keep me in equilibrium. As I said, guys, I'm one of those guys that use masturbation as a form of like getting rid of my dark thoughts. Like, let's be real. Whenever you masturbate, are you even thinking about loving someone, or do you just have some like weird sexual desires to, you know, like have sex or just weird like dark thoughts? To me, it's actually the latter. So whenever I masturbate, I don't think about loving someone. I've never thought about that once in my life. So it's more so just to make me go in a state of equilibrium where I just, you know, expunge dark thoughts from my mind. And as a bonus, it actually feels good, right? I could have guessed it just by comparing your spice consumption to the rest of us. On that note, it's worth mentioning that her cooking for me is becoming much more palatable. It's still a bit spicy, but with the other flavors still intact. What are you hooked on lately then?
ね。
Sorry? I stutter in surprise. I hadn't expected that answer.
だからレンにハマってる。ぞっこんラブです。好き。
Oh, sorry. And my keyboard is actually going super crazy lately, guys. Okay, it's just ... Straight face, totally dead serious, eyes focused on me. She's not remotely kidding. I'm starting to see how she's changed lately. She doesn't say the unexpected in jest and wait for a response anymore. She just says the truth and tells it straight. Yeah, same here. That's okay for me to say, right? You did just directly say that she loves me. This curious relationship started because I wanted to keep her here as long as I could. My avant-garde proposal on the beach was made in mild desperation, but now, although I still don't fully know how to quantify how I feel, whatever that emotion is, it's not half-baked by any means. I don't know, man. I feel like it's pretty half-baked to me. I want to be with you, to understand her. This is what I've come to recognize in my heart so far. But I still have yet to say anything definitive of my own accord.
というか、なんでお見合いみたいになってるの？私たち婚約者なのに、こんなことしてもしょうがない。
Because even though we're engaged, we don't know each other that much? Huh. Right. Guess that's true. I falter, knowing I have no words to deny anything she just said.
ね、買い物に付き合って。
Right now?
さあ、私のことを知ってもらう。実際に見た方が早いと思う。ね、付き合って。
True, actions do speak more than words. Okay, let's do it. Can I ever hope to keep up with her whims? That aspect of her is charming and all, so I don't mind. Still, I've always been captivated by her, so I can't find any reason to resist. I grimace to myself and stand up.
レンも喜ぶ。
Yu's lips curled in a mischievous smile. Uh-oh, I know that face. She's planning something. Worry of what might be in store for me, I accompany her through the door. Why would I enjoy just going shopping with you? I don't enjoy going shopping with girls, guys. So, where are you planning to go? Next week I'm gonna be going shopping with my sister, by the way, for Chinese New Year again. So probably no like extra episodes for Amayui next week. Yu has been dead silent ever since we left the dorm. The only reply I've received from her this whole time is, "Be quiet and follow me." All I can do is walk alongside her and glance idly at the scenery as we move ahead. The streets of the shopping district are busy as always. The butchers and farmers are out barking for customers in loud voices. I wonder what I should make with the summer vegetables on sale today. After all this, I'm still thinking like a housewife.
ここ
You stops in front of an eye-catching store. Draped in pink, green, and purple. It's hard not to notice. But I have to look away. Is this a sex shop? Yup. I've been up and down this street plenty of times. And I know exactly where we are. This is an adult store. Seriously, you? Like, for real? Here? This was your destination? Not the fancy-looking cafe next door? I don't even feel like voicing my confusion over putting a cafe next to an adult store of all things. You said I'd enjoy it. I mean, I'd be perfectly happy to go in there and take a look around. I've done it before. That's if we're alone, if I were alone, and only then. Going in with a girl is a whole different hurdle to jump. Instead of waiting for me to stop hesitating in front of the shop, you just strolls right in. What am I supposed to do now? Think, Ren, think. Why is it any different if you're with a girl or not?
何してるのね早く入って
I, for one, actually, would ask questions whether or not, some of the stuff are actually what girls are into, like those dildo shapes that are kind of weird and stuff.
というか入らないとみんなに見られるから
I don't even understand this reasoning that Ren has. I don't have the same sense of shame as other people, though, so it's kind of hard for me to understand. Oh, right. Failing to come up with any better solution, I follow you inside. Like, I don't even think it's anything to be embarrassed about, right? Then again, I'm one of those guys that probably wouldn't mind teaching sex ed to my nieces once they're of age. The interior is just as colorful as the exterior, but I imagine any adult shop in Japan is much the same. The wall is lined with all kinds of material, three-dimensional and otherwise. I've actually gone clothes shopping, right, with my nieces and stuff, and my sister was buying some sexy lingerie, and they were asking me about why the hell girls even buy that. And I explained to them that it's usually to try to attract the male attention. Like, I'm not one of those guys that get shameful for saying something that I think is right. There's no shame in that, I feel. I don't mind going inside of a girl's lingerie shop. Like, what's there to be embarrassed about? And here I am in the middle of it, with a girl my age. This is embarrassing in more ways than one. I haven't been this nervous in here since the first time I came. My partner, meanwhile, walks through the aisles with a remarkable air of purpose and calm. I get the impression that she's been in here a few times already. She's been so positive ever since she arrived here. What a stalwart girl. I owe her my respect.
はい到着
So, how am I supposed to enjoy this? Just like a session, I mean? While I'm lost in my amazement at her confidence, you arrives at what she's been seeking. We're standing in front of the X-rated book section. This particular store has a vast selection, ranging from videos to games and even toys. Out of all those things, you chose to come to this corner of the place. So, how am I supposed to know you better here?
私はエログッズが大好きです
Would it kill you to show a little bit of shame when you say that? This is a moment when being frank is not a plus for me. Though she did say she made a hobby of playing with herself. So I don't use any sort of toys, guys. I don't use onaholes. I don't use lube. I don't use anything for masturbation. I feel like if for some reason I have this weird thing where I don't really want to get attached to anything, just in the case that I don't have those things near me, that I can still masturbate happily. Like, say at some point I got deserted in a deserted island or whatever, I can just masturbate without any sort of tools, right? Wait, no, this is you I'm talking about. There's a good chance she's still just messing with me.
レンは何か勘違いしてる。私はいつだってマジ。本気と書いてマジマジ。
Whatever you say, girl. Well, if you mean what you're saying, what else can I do? It's a question that I really wish didn't have to be rhetorical.
そんなマジマジマジな私は G にもこだわる。だからここにもお世話になってる。
Add one to the list of new super serious revelations. A repeat customer, really. So for me, I don't really use any tools to enhance the like masturbation thing. Actually, I feel like when you masturbate, the things that actually enhance the feeling is when you're, you know, the hornier you are, the more it actually feels nice, right? So sometimes when I have like super dark thoughts, that's when it actually feels the best. So I really am not one of those guys that use items, right? I feel like when you're using items instead of just your mind, I don't know. It's not right. Okay then. So considering that, I'm not sure whether I'm happy or worried to hear that.
というわけで、どれがいい？
Though I don't know how dark some people's thoughts get when they masturbate though. I have a lot of dark thoughts when I masturbate. And that's why sometimes I feel happy once I'm done because yeah, they're gone, right? What point? Would you please tell me what exactly I'm here for?
もう、レンは本当に私がいないとダメね。これが私の趣味。好きなもの。田舎と違って欲しい時に手に入る。本当に感動した。しかも品揃えも豊富。エッチな本は私にとってのバイブルだったの。閉鎖された田舎だと変な情報しか入ってこないから。
I guess the only reference point for erotica out there is seeing raccoons mating or something like that, huh? Though to some, I bet that would be the most wholesome reference point for what sex is like. Erotica features a lot more weird stuff than I can imagine finding in nature. In the animal world, they practice the purest, most basic form of sex there is. Yeah, I don't know about that. Sometimes when I see dogs mating when they're walking in the park or whatever, they get pretty into it.
レン、私は自分のことを正直に話した。だから、レンも教えて。
Tell you what.
好きな体位。ぶっちゃけると、好きなエッチ。
I don't know about answering that here. Did she drag me here purely to force an answer out of me? I'm a virgin anyway. I mean, she and the other girls have done a lot to me over the past couple of weeks. But I still have my V card. I mean, I do have positions I prefer. But that's only in the context of what I see on a screen or in a book. Yeah, see, Ren understands. He doesn't know what actually makes him feel the best. I can give no answer to a question about that which I've never experienced. Oh, sounded almost proverbial. Nice.
さあ、選ぶがいい勇者よ。今こそ冒険の時は来た。
Okay, very well. As your majesty desires, I shall select a fitting specimen. I don't dare tell her I can't decide at this point. I nod and scan the shelves. What kind of sex do I like? Should I just pick according to genre? Molestation roleplay, private tutor, foursomes, seaside resort scenes, time-stopping scenarios? Wow, there really are endless choices. And I probably read all of those in doujins and eroges, Ren. There are more fetishes out there than grains of sand on the beach. Still, I can't escape reality by marveling at it. Yeah, she's so close. I still can't believe Yu is forcing me to pick an adult book right in front of her. Though I guess if I were to say, a position that can make me like kiss the person probably would be pretty nice. I feel like kissing is something that I would ever do to my girlfriend or wife, so being able to do that while we have sex is probably something that I would prefer to do. So any position that I can easily, kiss her probably would be nice. She's cranked the difficulty up to max, like European extreme hard. I can't afford to pick something she'd find strange. But yeah, kissing with feelings, guys, remember that. Because as I said, just the act of kissing itself doesn't mean anything to me. But if I kiss someone with the act of, giving affection or whatever, then that's definitely a lot different. But there's really no one that I have affection for, to be honest.
何それ、ドン引き。レンがそんな人だなんて知らなかった。もう別れましょう。
Sure. Yeah, just thinking about that makes my heart hurt. Wait, I'm not about to let her pin a yellow stripe on me. Yet at the same time, I'm aware that what counts as normal for me might not be so normal to her. Who cares? Oh my god, see, this is what I'm talking about. Who cares even if it's not normal? Like, do you want to become someone that she likes? Or do you want to become your own self, Ren? It's entirely possible that she's going to use this to gauge what I expect of her. Oh, maybe you brought me here because that's exactly what she wanted to find out about me. Ugh, I knew it. I can't hope to read her as well as she reads me. But this means it's even more imperative that I choose carefully.
Ren, ちょっと悩みすぎ。
Yeah, because he's not his own person, you. As I said, Ren is a people pleaser. This guy's garbage. If I choose a normal one, you could assume I chose it to hide that I have a weird fetish. Who cares? Like, who the fuck cares? So I should choose something abnormal instead. No, that's a trap. I can't think that way. The answer is,
これはレンが妄想で暴走してるパターン。ちょっとラップみたい。ラップって妄想で暴走って。
People might say that Ren is considerate for thinking this way. No, I don't think Ren is considerate. Ren is a people pleaser, full stop. He's fucking trash. He's someone that doesn't have his own sense of self. He always tries to find answers that would please people. Those are the type of people that you don't want to associate yourselves with. Because whenever you actually try to find, some honesty from your friends, they're never gonna do so. They always just want to please you by letting you hear what you want to hear. Those are the most trash sort of people alive. Somehow, my profound logical struggle has struck a humorous nerve in you. And yeah, I'm feeling very strongly about this because I don't have anyone in my, in my surroundings that are like Ren. Someone like Ren, in my opinion, is just a parasite. Yes, I'm saying that right. Someone like Ren is a parasite. You don't want anyone like this person near you ever. You're not gonna grow as a person with someone like this. Speaking objectively, it's mildly terrifying that she can find it in her to laugh out loud in a store like this. Though admittedly, I know that this game is like not that serious, guys, but I am always serious, man. Whenever I play visual novels, I feel like I'm always trying to find something, It's not like I'm always serious, of course, right? In real life, I'm not always serious, but when I'm reading a visual novels, I feel like I'm always serious. And it's just a part of how I try to take a look at these visual novels. At least when I'm let's playing them anyway, right? Because I'm trying to find something whenever I'm let's playing these. Like I said, it's different when I'm just wanting to have something to fap to. Like before, when I was like super horny and I just boot this game up because the artwork is good, I'm like, yeah, I don't even care what the main character is like. As long as the art is good and then I can just fap to the scenes, that's all Gucci. But I can't do that when I'm like sober and not horny and I'm analyzing stuff. I can't. I just can't. Though admittedly, I imagine the sight of me staring down a rack of erotica is equally unnerving.
ひとしきり笑ったところで
Yu holds her hands at her torso and strains herself up.
レンが選ばないなら私が選ぶ。このままじゃ間に合わないし。
Run out of time for what? Yu has already reached out and pulled a book from the shelf before I even finished my question.
用事は終わった。じゃあ帰ろう。
And who are you to dictate what I like, bitch? Man, I am definitely taking this too personally. I don't have to choose after all? It's over. Just like that?
そう。後で何を買ったか見せてあげる。
Oh, okay. I don't feel any better about this. Well, whatever. Let's just get out of here. We're probably gonna roleplay what she bought later on. Because we haven't had sex yet. All the other patrons are staring daggers at me. As if to say, how dare you bring your girlfriend to a sex shop? I speed up the trip back to the dorm as much as I can.
私が何を買ったか気になる？
Not really. She already said she'd show me when we returned. But I'm sure she's saying this now to vex me. She shakes the bag a little for the rustling sound. For the rustling sound? Okay. As if to pique my curiosity more. It's kind of a weird sentence there. She may be the one asking, but I get the impression that she wants to take it out more than I do. It's kind of cute that she's barely even trying to hide her excitement about it. Or it would be if what she was so excited about wasn't adult content. She asks again, with her eyes and a chuckle this time. So she's trying to see if I'm interested. What a silly question. She might have bought an X-rated book, but as a red-blooded boy, I obviously have a few of my own already. Erotica is what it is. I'm not shocked at my shoes that she has a volume of it. I'm not super curious just because she happened to pick it out. As if, of course I am. I actually do really want to know, so please just take it out and show me already.
じゃあ教えてあげましょう。その名も奥様は突然にです。
See, so you get off on married couple scenarios, do you? Not that I'm not prone to getting off on good material in that category myself. But that title does seem kind of familiar. The cover features a young woman with a come-hither look, rear end suggestively facing the viewer. The art style is curvy, with top-notch attention to detail and that fleshy feeling. What the heck is a fleshy feeling? Her expression is one of craving, tinged with a hint of shyness. Nice choice, you. Very good.
さて、じゃあ早速読んでみましょう。
Super seriously?
突然ですが、私は大好きな人と結婚しました。若奥様ってやつだぞ。
You ignores my serious jab and starts reading aloud beside me. Thinking clearly for a moment, I realize that this is a crazy scene. When would I ever expect to have a girl in my room reading a freshly opened book of porn? Is there a word for this? Is it some kind of new fetish? I let myself stew in both my thoughts and my half-curious, half-excited state. You, meanwhile, reads on, paying me no mind.
今日も旦那様のために美味しいご飯を作ってからの。帰ってきてから即質問。おかえりなさい。私にする？私にする？それともあたい
？2 seconds after opening the door, there she is. She's a go-getter. I like that.
もう玄関でするなんてエッチなんだから。興奮しちゃう。
I don't think I can actually get off to that, guys. That's a bit too vanilla for me. I don't like vanilla stuff. As I said, when I read doujins, I try to find like some dark shit, man.
こんなところでしたらご近所様に声が聞こえちゃう。それもまた興奮のスパイス。
Yusan. To me, this is like too mild. I mean, if the art is still hot, I'd still be able to fap to it, but I definitely am not the type that would, you know, try to fap to something this sterile.
しいエッチですね。
You seems to be into this.
このシーンは結構使える気がする。とてもエッチ。
You nods to herself in agreement. This is what people mean when they talk about looking so hard your eyes could eat it. Wait, do people say that? I'm not really sure. Within a minute, Yu is hunched over, engrossed in the book. I can no longer see the pages myself. So this is the kind of material that gets you entranced, is it? I had no idea you loved erotica so much. But what can I say? I'm a healthy adolescent guy. Actually, I want to see the contents as well. It was you who said that we should get to know each other better. Going by that logic, it follows that I should learn more about what kind of erotic thing she's into. There, a perfect excuse. Time to execute my plan. Here's hoping she doesn't mind. If you'll excuse me. I lean over her shoulder from behind and take a look. The first thing I see is the book. It shows the husband and wife getting it on. It's a scene that shows sex as something both happy and fun. How appropriate. I can see the line, "I'm happy that I can spend time with my husband like this," in the corner. The image of sex is, well, erotic. Arousing even. I can see why you would find it so fascinating. You? It's been a minute or two since you last turned the page. What, am I bulging at the back of your, butt? Our eyes have been locked on the scene in this page for a while now. This is the moment where the couple in the book talk and reaffirm how much they love each other. You? I get it, actually. Why wouldn't she react this way? Yu's just another girl at heart. Of course she'd admire the concept of fervent, loving sex. Not me, actually. She made that much clear the last 2 times we got intimate. I mean, that happened because we were caught in the heat of the moment, but the feelings must have been there to some degree. I personally don't doubt that sharing a moment like this would be sublime. I know I have to tell her that I love her, but is that right? I still don't know what to call these emotions, or how to even describe them. Should I confess either of those things? Is it improper for me to communicate these vague feelings to her? And I'm sure you herself would be at least somewhat flustered or confused if I did so now.
イチャラブエッチ。憧れる。
Huh?
そろそろチャージも終わった頃、しっかり溜まってるはず。
Charging? A lot of what?
レンの精液。
Yusan? The bed shakes with a creaking sound. I mean, we could have done so yesterday without me needing to charge. Huh? Wait, what? What's she doing? Where did that focused, serious mood go? When did it turn sweet?
レン。しよう。
Why the hell did we even not do it last night? I'm so confused. See, this is what I mean about how the 18 plus actually makes the character fall apart. It doesn't make sense. Okay, this is a very precarious position, guys. I don't think I'm gonna show this. She's just like showing her butt in doggy style position. Like, you can't see anything, but come on, I'm not gonna show this shit. YouTube is way too anal about all this stuff. So patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. Well, at least I can stop myself from voice acting Ren. God, this guy pisses me off so much. Alright, people on YouTube, I'll see you guys once this scene is done. People on Patreon, enjoy. And I'm back. And as you can see from the yellow text, I actually came back a bit late today too. I think this happened on the previous episode too, right? Was it previous episode or 2 episodes ago? I don't remember. But yeah, it was actually a pretty short 8 scene. I left and was watching Shokugeki no Soma, guys. But yeah, it wasn't even like half an episode. Or, no, it was an episode, I think. But if you gotta like skip the opening and ending. But yeah, I didn't expect that to end so shortly. I guess it's because the last 8 scene was also kind of short. I think the last 8 scene was about 19 minutes, and this one was also about 19 minutes-ish. So it's like technically 1 8 scene, but split because for some reason, she doesn't want to have sex with us in that first one. But yeah, in this one, I was actually taking a look while I was watching the episode. You know, sometimes I would think a peek. But I thought that it was gonna keep going more and more. It was gonna keep going on and more. But no, turns out after like one session, they were done. It legit was just one session. And yes, they did have sex, by the way. We just made love to each other. We were just lying here in silence until you broke it with that line. You really think so?
とにかくすごかった。私をがっつり犯してた。
So what was the point of us like holding it in, like on the last episode, you? Yeah, sorry about that. Fucked. What a word. That makes it sound like I took her by force. I was kind of forceful though. I really, really wanted it. Maybe she doesn't want to have like the romantic atmosphere or something? Sorry, I just couldn't stop.
処女を犯した。
I'm sorry, I mean it. I deserve no forgiveness. You chuckles to herself and smiles at me. Okay, now I get it. She's just messing with me again. But I have to say, Yu's mischievous face is one I could get used to seeing. Man, nothing she ever does is fair, is it? Whatever she may do, it makes me adore her more. Instead of answering with words, I wrap my arm around her and draw her close. She purrs like a cat in response. And nothing could be cuter than that. Oh, you're killing me, Ren. However, there's something I have to say here. You're forgetting something, Yusan. You were just as amazing as you say I was. What? You were just as amazing as you say I was? What? Does that sentence even make any sense?
私は純情な乙女だった。間違いない。
No, I mean it. That was incredible.
どんな風に?
Like, in a wild way, I guess. So I was only a couple of lines past there. Probably about 5 minutes.
私、そんなに乱れてない。元気だったのはレンの方。
You puffs out her cheeks indignantly. Then she reaches up and grabs one of my nipples. Hey, that hurts. It doesn't actually hurt, of course.
私は淑女だった。はい、副将。
Yusan, you were the perfect image of what it means to be a mature, classy lady.
そこまで言えって言ってない。けど、許す。
Thank you for that. I reach up and pat her head gently. Her hair feels soft. You was the one who made the most effort today.
でも、間に合ってよかった。
Time for what? What do you mean?
だって、もう少し遅かったら、みんな帰ってきてた。
Right, I guess we were in the... Wait, no, we were in the bedroom. Who cares if they were back? Oh, that's the point. Thinking back, we chose to use our time that way precisely because we knew that might happen. We deliberately chose to become one when we knew nobody else was home. You really knows how to exhaustively plan these things. Can I live up to my role as her fiancé? She always outdoes me like this? That's a painful thought. No, wait. Ow! This time you puts a lot more power into the pinch.
レンは余計なことを考えなくていい。私の隣で堂々としていればいい。
I don't want that. You?
いつかきっと本当になる。
That's supposed to be a decoration of some kind? Whatever it is, it seems that you can still read my thoughts like a psychic. Okay, sure. I put my hand on Yuset to solidify my answer. Things will work out. Have we even tell her we love her, even though we already, stole her virginity? If not, you're kind of garbage, Rana. I don't know because I didn't take a look at the like 8 scene like at all, guys. That's why I even missed it. I just have to believe that. Now that I feel that way, I can say it honestly. I don't know if you would accept such a simple answer though.
かっこつけてる
Yeah, kinda. I wasn't actually trying to, but I have no reason to say so.
いいけどそれにしてもいっぱい出したね
I came once, you. I came multiple times in all of the other girls' routes. So clearly, this one was pretty underwhelming. How embarrassing. I even did it inside you. I really did come a heck of a lot. And yeah, we actually came inside her the first time too. I surprised even myself with that amount. Usually we kinda try to get out, right?
いいよ許してあげるだって
She places her hand over her belly.
だってこんなに暖かいから気持ちよかった今日はよく眠れそうこれもレンのおかげ
Yeah. I'm also going to sleep well tonight. My chest feels inflated with simple, warm happiness. I don't think I'll even stir.
私もう寝るね
Okay, good night, you.
おやすみレン
With that, Yu closes her eyes. Right away, her breathing grows slow and light. What a calm face she's making. That's my cue to follow. I comfort myself with one last moment of studying Yu's satisfied, calm face. Yeah, I'm gonna wake up more refreshed than ever. What the fuck, Ren? What's going on? I'm standing in front of the school's front gate, nodding like an idiot. What's on my mind is naturally you. How do I describe this feeling? Aha! I want to go on a date. It's not too much to ask, right? She won't get mad at me for getting ahead of myself now that we've had sex, right? I did more or less confess to her, and she did reply. Yeah, I guess we did sort of say we love her. And we're already engaged, so the boyfriend part of that concern is no problem. So if my calculations are correct, it should be totally legal to ask her out on a date now. We really did do it though. That was a seriously awesome night overall. You didn't really have to show me that. You were making me having to censor more stuff for people on YouTube, damn it, Ren. God, this guy pisses me off so much. Dawson or not, I need to keep my naughtier thoughts under control while I'm in public. I banish the impure thoughts. What a pleasant, delightful moment that was, though. Sex with you is just...
どうしたのレン君
I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say there. I don't want to. I don't want to say it, though. Oh, it's you, Aria. You startled me.
今の面白いね私も真似していい
I'm aiming for a title of #1 gag comedian this year, so please don't.
私もレン君と同じことしてみたかったのに
Look, I just want to make sure that face of yours doesn't get stuck looking crazy like mine just did. It wouldn't do to make a girl like Riria imitate that reaction. Not in the slightest, because what I just did was definitely not that funny.
なんか悩み事
Oh well, typical stuff for a young man, that's all. Is that obvious?
レン君もうここで30分くらい悩んでるから
13 minutes? Serious? How lost in thought can a man be? God, I'm such a loser. You are. Wait, why was Riria watching me stand here zoning out for 13 whole minutes?
悩み事だったら私聞くよ
Would you?
任せてこういう時に頼れる幼馴染ってところを見せておかないとね
I don't remember her ever being this reliable before, but I won't mention that. Riria is a normal girl at heart. Weakness to the X-rated notwithstanding, she must know a thing or two from the shoujo manga she reads. I'm still a new recruit as far as dating goes, virgin or not, so I have to trust someone for advice. Then I'll take you up on that offer, Sergeant. Don't make me doubt you already, Sergeant Riria.
ゆうちゃんとのデートコースか。ははは、確かに難しいかもね。
Like I said, how do I plan special time to spend together when Yu's natural state is being holed up in a room? Then just spend time together in her room then. If you're supposed to make it a date that makes her happy, then just do whatever the fuck she wants. Even when we're together, it's usually doing stuff in my room. And the last time she and I went out together, it was just a trip to the sex shop. Wait, that's seriously all we've done? No way. There has to have been more than that. Let me think for a second. Your search did not match any documents. We stopped to buy food on the way home from school once or twice. That hardly counts as a date. I don't understand what even classifies as a date, guys. I don't care. I'm not even sure that our trip to the sex shop counts as much of a date either.
あ、そうだ。これは参考にならないかもだけど。
Whatever it is, I'm willing to hear it, Sarge.
すごい食いつきようだね、レン君。
Sorry, it's just, I'm getting kinda desperate. So anyway, what were you going to say?
前に漫画を貸すときに聞いたんだけどね。ゆうちゃん、防寒グッズを集めるのが趣味って言ってたよ。
Yeah, she does often say she can't handle the cold. She has lots of that stuff in her room. You're saying I should buy her something in that category as a present.
あ、そうそう。でも、さすがに難しいよね。
Yeah, I can't think of one either. I doubt that browsing the stores around town would help either. This is a resort town for beachgoers, not skiers. They don't exactly sell winter survival gear here, especially not in this season. I don't think I've ever seen anything of the sort for sale around here, actually. Not to mention, that stuff in that category just doesn't have any of the cuteness or appeal I think I need to look for.
あとね。
Got another alternative, Sarge?
さっきの続きなんだけど、北海道とか着る毛布とか好きだって言ってたよ。
Those are hard to come by here. You can order them online, but those blankets are the kind of thing you want to pick out on in person. If anything, it has to be at a store we can visit together.
そうなんだよ。
Go to the next town over or something. Thanks, Ruria. Now I have something to go on for ideas. Indeed, she just gave me the foundation that I need to think of my own solution. They're probably too lazy to make a new background, to be fair. At any rate, I'm going to have to give careful consideration to how I choose the present and plan our date. I remember that they sell lotions overseas that warm you up when you rub them on. Maybe that could work. We could simply go to the beach together during the day. That would be a pretty safe, standard idea. She really seemed to enjoy herself the last time we all went as a group.
レン君、あとね、ゆうちゃんリボン集めるのも好きって言ってた。
So ribbons and bows then. Sounds great. That would be way easier to find in town, and we could easily find a place so she can pick out what she likes. I suppose that option would be the cheaper route, but seeming on the cheap side would be better than falling flat on my face, so to speak. At times like this, I'm much more apt to choose the safest route to the goal.
私、役に立った？
You did. Thanks, Ruria. As thanks, today you get a special extra large serving of Hamburg steak with peppers and carrots. Gonna get fat. All it takes to make her jump for joy is the mention of steak. How delightfully simple. Silliness aside, anyway. Now that I figure out what Yu's present should be, next up is inviting her out. Why do we need to give her a present?
じゃあ、私部屋に戻ってるね。
Okay, Thanks again for the advice.
今日の晩ご飯期待してるから。
I watch as she bounces gleefully out of the room, waving goodbye. That pure-heartedness stabs me right in the heart with guilt. Why? I guess I'll have to make the lie a reality. Riryo will get a slightly bigger serving of meat tonight. Why did you even lie for that? She actually did something for you. What the fuck? What the hell is wrong with this guy? Well, I still have some time before I have to get ready for dinner. I should take this chance to look up the best place to take you before I invite her out. First, I'll catalog the shops and prices near us. God, the more I play this game, the more I just dislike Ren. No, I don't just dislike this guy, I hate this guy. You got back first? What, you're jealous I hang out with Rirya today? Yeah, she's angry about something.
息子
I don't even need to ask. She's actually saying her own comics book style angry sound effects. Though the use of rage might be a bit on the nose for my taste. Even so, she did start the conversation. So, did you just get back? Or were you here before me?
何してたの?
Just brainstorming?
そうなんだ。考え事?
Yeah, that's all. I recoil in the face of her silent fury. She's seriously not happy right now. She's not even acknowledging my question. What did I do today to make her this angry? Morning, I woke her up on time. Nothing special happened during class, and we ate lunch together as we always do now. The afternoon was just as uneventful. I'm racking my brain for the answer, but nothing comes up.
今日はリリアと帰ってきたの?
Yeah? You do by chance, every now and then. Why?
楽しそうだったね。
Yeah, she's my childhood friend? Does it? I don't think there was anything special about it.
楽しそうだった。
Crap. Yu brings her face in close. Her crystalline eyes bore into mine. What's this about?
ね、来て。
Huh? You pulls on my arm with considerably more force than usual. He doesn't even give me a chance to protest. What? Where are we going?
いいから黙ってついてきて。レイは私の何?
Friend? A temporary surrogate fiancé in training.
増えてるから。
Oh, that's rare. Usually I'm the one making retorts like that. I almost say that, but now's not the time. I'm not sure I've ever seen such anger in Yu's face before. I'm confused. I haven't even done anything wrong. But apparently I did somehow, without realizing it. Anyway, since she doesn't seem willing to hear me defend myself, wherever she might be taking me, my work is cut out for me. Once we arrive, I'll have to apologize profusely. Yu drags me all the way to the shopping district again before finally letting go. It's around dinner time for most folks, and the streets are as crowded as I'd expect at this hour. How's this dinner time when it's not even sunset yet? But then again, I don't know how it works when people are not living in a tropical area. I know that some people actually get less daytime sometimes, or more daytime, depending on where you're at. I plan on apologizing to her once I could walk normally here. But nope, no words can hope to penetrate that displeased aura. Clearly, I'm the loser of the year. At any rate, I'm sure she'll just ignore anything I say. In fact, chances are apologizing now would make her mood worse. Yu makes a beeline for the convenience store in the corner. I can see Rin-chan in front of the store, peddling something with gusto as always.
いかがですか? いつものあれ、いかがですか?
The word special has a suspicious ring to it.
りんちゃん、いつものあれ? ユ先輩、毎度あり. もありがとうございます。
Ring-chan reaches into a hot box and pulls out a hot dog of apocalyptic proportions. I remember this. You ordered the same sauce-slattered sausage when I first met her.
いやー、今日も売れなくて困ってたんですよ。
I'd imagine so, especially during the season.
僕もどうなのかなって思うんですけど、でも店長がこれを商店街の売りにしてやるって聞かなくて。
Bald? Kinda rarely see someone who's bald as a girl. Hey now, if you call people bald like it's an insult, you'll go bald yourself. I mean, I'm pretty bald myself, but I don't really think that's an insult, to be honest. Though I know some people actually take offense when they're being called bald when their hairline is like receding and whatever. I don't really take offense because I'm not naturally balding, right? But maybe people who are naturally balding take offense to that. That's what my parents told me, and it's why I don't do it. But I mean, if they actually look good with the bald look, who cares, right? Though I have done it before. While Rin and I chat, you wolfs down the death dog. This feels familiar.
そろそろ必要になると思いますよ。
Yup. I fork over the change, and Rin-chan calmly hands over the tapioca drink she'd placed on standby.
もぐもぐ。もぐ。
You chose an odd moment to go spice crazy. Her face turns redder and redder with each passing second. Flushes scarlet to beat red, just like that. She's sweating bullets now. She's still eating without saying a word, but I can tell she's struggling to tolerate it. Here, you. Drink this.
大丈夫。辛くない。大丈夫。
Doesn't take a genius to tell that you aren't. I'd assume this stubbornness comes from her current state of anger. I guess I'll have to play coy. I thought I could drink all of this, but I don't really feel like it anymore. You should be willing to take it off my hands. That should do it. Is I too overt?
それなら仕方ない。私がもらってあげる。
Oh, thanks. Look at her go. Wow, she really downed it. Why doesn't she just ask for this when she orders the hot dog? Whatever. At least she drank it.
ありがとう、りんちゃん。ごちそうさま。ありがとうございました。またお願いします。
Hey you? She throws away the wrapper and cup, walking on without me. She won't even look at me. She's still just as angry as when this started. Before I run to catch up, I look back one more time. If a girl actually does this to me, I actually would go home. If you don't have the decency to actually tell me what the hell actually is making you mad, I wouldn't care. Thanks, Rin-chan. That milk was a clutch save. But come again.
いえいえ、これもアルバイトの務めっす。それよりも、先輩、ちゃんとよう先輩に優しくしてあげてくださいね。
You're saying as if I did something wrong, which clearly I did not. It was just her own misunderstanding that she doesn't want to get cleared up. I will. Thanks for your concern. Good luck drawing customers. She gives a nod of acknowledgement before returning to barking for customers. I knew she'd realized something was off today. It was pretty obvious thanks to Yu's demeanor. Treat you well, huh? Thought I was doing my best on that front already. Yu's next destination is, naturally, the sex shop. Guess we're gonna get our next 8 scene soon. She doesn't even think twice about going in, just like last time. In a way, she's bolder than most guys I know. I try to get her to answer, but to no avail. Look, Yu, I'm sorry. Saying sorry without knowing the reason why you're apologizing is also pretty insulting, though, to be honest. So,
つーん。
seriously, I'm in the wrong here. Won't you forgive me?
つーん。つーん。
I feel like a plane with nowhere to land. What am I supposed to do now?
レンはどうして謝ってるの？私が怒ってるから？なんで私が怒ってるって思ってるの？
Well, She just had to ask that. As she obviously can tell, I have no idea what the origin of her anger is. Literally, you're just apologizing because she's mad. But not apologizing when she's mad at me would be totally unacceptable. No, it's not. Though I guess just doing it automatically when I don't know why is just as bad. Ah, and you did it. Ah, this guy. You? You leaves the shop without even buying anything, and I jog to keep up. God, this is so painful to read. Where are we going now?
次はそろそろほかほか色が切れたから買いに行く。
Okay, so no H scene? Good, good, good. There's a place around here that sells them?
ある。レンが知らないだけ。
I didn't think anyone would actually sell them here. It comes as a surprise that she knows about a store in my hometown that even I'm not aware of. She's even acting like it's a well-known place.
ここにはレンも来たことはなかった？
I didn't know it was here. Taught me something new today.
リリアとも来たことなかった？
Like I said, I didn't know this place existed, so no.
そうなんだ。じゃあ私が初めてになるんだね。
Finally, a faint smile begins to show on her face. And if they really want to portray women as these sort of whimsical creatures, they definitely nailed it. And they also definitely nailed the reason why I don't like these guys. I know that women aren't like this though. Not all women anyway, but some do. Hey you, would you please tell me why you're so...
まだまだ行きたい場所がある。ほら。
Yu grabs me by the elbow again and leads me out of the store. Yu still refuses to tell me the reason she's angry. Not even apologizing elicits a response. But now I can feel her body heat through my sleeve. How? You're not getting any heat from a sleeve! And that makes me think I'm a bit closer to finding out. So now it's an accessory store? Yu's destinations are completely unrelated to each other so far. First was the place where we met. Then we went to the sex shop we visited before. It makes sense up to this point. Disclaimer, speaking logically, there is no reason that this should make sense at all. Then we went hunting for her hand warmers. We're still in more or less understandable territory considering you. And now, here we are. She's standing motionless in front of a display lined up with all kinds of colorful bows and hair ribbons. Aha, suddenly it clicks. I'd forgotten. Maria just told me today that you likes to collect these things. Am I so dull that it took me this long to realize why we came here? What do you think of this light blue one? Aha, I knew it. As I suspected, she's particularly fond of this one. She's been focused on it for a couple of minutes already. With remarkable fervor, I might add.
浮気者のレンからはもらいたくない。
Cheater?
声が上ずった。やっぱりリリアと浮気してたんだ。
Maybe I should just do that. No, no, definitely not.
本当に？
God, this is painful. Nothing but... all we were doing today was talking. How do I explain this to her? Riri is nothing more than an old friend. We get along really well, but that's it.
その仲がすごくいいというのが私には問題。
She's my childhood friend. You can't be my childhood friend, bitch. I mean, there's not much to be done about that. Same that you can't be my sister, bitch. Like it or not, Riri is as important to me as any longtime friend should be. This isn't going to change. I mean that both ways. She's only a good friend. I keep her close, but there's no deeper meaning to that at all. The truth is, I just wanted to buy you a present. I won't say it wasn't at least in part to butter you up. But I realized that I did make you worry about what I was doing. I bring the ribbon to the counter, pay for it, and carry it back to her. I'd like you to have this. Take it. So I'm buying her something even though I didn't do anything wrong. This is so garbage. The fact that they try to show this sort of like scene is making me pissed off. It's like they're trying to tell you, yeah, if you did something wrong, buy them something as a gift and it's gonna be, you know, bygones be bygones, right?
分かってくれたならいい。
Fuck you. Finally, she smiles in earnest. I don't think I can make her look any more satisfied if I tried. This whole scene actually pisses me the fuck off. Holy crap. And that in turn makes me feel much the same. That makes sense to me. I'll never stop wanting to see her smile. Holy fucking shit, this is disgusting.
ありがとう、レン。
Fuck you.
リボン。レンがくれたリボン。大切にする。雪温の力で凍らして永久に冷凍保存する。
Well, if it's that important to you, then I'm glad. I prefer to see her wearing it though. But at least we can still look at it if she encases it in ice or something.
レン、最後に付き合ってほしい場所がある。
Just give me the sex scenes. If that's what this game is for. Oh my god, the romance in this game is painful. Okay, sure. I don't bother asking where. It's my fault you was in that foul mood in the first place. It wasn't your fault, dude! She had the misunderstanding herself. She doesn't even want to make us clear the misunderstanding and just see... And she even, like, treated us like shit. God, this actually pisses me the fuck off. Because this game, like, it's implying that this sort of behavior is okay, right? It's fucking with me. Because it's not okay. If a girl does this to you, fuck her. Not as in like, you know, actually fuck her, but break up. She's not worth it.
じゃあ。
He reaches out and grasps my hand. Aha, there we go. Her hand is petite and soft, fingers so thin. Both to the touch and yet it warms me up. Holy shit, I'm actually getting pissed off at this so much. The feeling of used skin against mine. I've been missing this. The contact calms me down. I hope you feels the same way when she touches me. Pardon, I tighten my grasp on her ever so slightly. The sun will set before long. You and I walk along the road, gazing at the glowing red orb in the sky. What red orb? It's freaking... still freaking sunny outside. Okay, gotcha. I'll do what she says. Oh, Yusan, how bold of you. Just suck my dick, please. We know that's coming. I'm not sure if she's doing this because she's happy, or because she's still angry for some reason. Our destination appears to be a small hill overlooking the sea. I don't doubt she's into, like, outdoor sex or whatever. I've never been here. The entire horizon is visible here, and the sight of the sun sinking below it is downright stunning. As soon as I sit, she lowers herself and places her head on my lap. Neither of us say a word for a while. We spend a short time simply relaxing in silence. I still feel slightly warm from the energy we've been expending all evening, but as the cool evening wind blows in, my temperature slowly falls.
ねえ、レン。
Yeah?
今日はどうしてリリアに私のことを聞いてたの？
Because he's spineless, he doesn't want to ask you yourself. Oh well. I'm rather taken aback that she would interrogate me about that directly. Because I was thinking of inviting you out on a date.
私を？
Her eyes and ears perk up when she repeats my words. The trouble was, I wasn't sure how to plan it. I crossed paths with her after school and figured I'd ask her for advice. Great, now I'm blushing. Must be, I can feel the heat on my cheeks. But it does kind of feel good to get this off my chest.
それはレンが悪い。
You takes my confession and stomps it flat on the ground.
私のことが知りたいなら私に直接聞けばいい。
I actually don't, you know, I actually agree with that.
リディアに聞くことなんてなかった。
Yeah, it was kind of spineless of him to ask Riri about it. But what you did was, in my opinion, that was a red flag, you. The fact you didn't want any, you didn't want to clear the misunderstanding that you clearly made inside of your mind.
聞かれればちゃんと答えてあげる。だから今度からは聞いてきて。
You. That's a point. It took an evening of getting dragged around here to understand it, but he was jealous. She just couldn't put it into words. That's why she made a point of taking me everywhere in the shopping district. It's not that she couldn't put it into words. Of course she can. What are you talking about, bro? She wants me to pay more attention to her, to spoil her more. She simply isn't that sensitive to her own emotions, that's all. What garbage are you talking about? Of course she knows. But that's not something I need to address right now. I'm sorry, you. I don't know whether or not this game is supposed to actually make you a bit more, like, emotionless, but... Or, not really knowing about what emotion she's actually feeling. It doesn't come across that way before he suddenly says that. So I don't buy it. That's bullshit. I'll be sure to talk to you about this kind of thing first from now on. Wow, thankfully this is my last route, because if I had to play this game again after witnessing this garbage, oh boy, it would have been a lot more difficult. Thank God I did Miyabi-senpai and also Emi first. People that I actually like, because holy shit!
本当にわかった？
Yes, I do.
なら許してあげる。
That's what I like to hear. And there's that smile I wanted to see.
でもこれは鈍感な霊への罰。おとなしく膝枕すること。
Oh, goddamn keyboard. Sure. She wiggles her head a bit to get comfortable and relaxes the rest of her body. I'm willing to bet she had this goal in mind the whole time. She just wanted to spend some time alone with me. How roundabout. She does things so clumsily sometimes. But when someone feels a certain way about another person, they'll do whatever they can to make that known to that person. It's a lot of work, and yet so easy. So complicated, and yet so simple. It's not complicated at all. You can just say what's on your mind. She's just the kind of girl that proves how true that is. It's so simple. It's not complicated at all, guys. Just say what's on your mind. I think I've fallen in love with you, Yu. I managed to say it on my own.
知ってる。
Yu gives a short two-word answer.
私もあなたが好きだから。
These love words that you guys are throwing around actually makes me feel like I don't want your love. You guys' loves are disgusting. Yeah. I can only give one word in response. I just realized it. I'm glad we get along so naturally, you.
レン、
Alright, suck my dick. That's another thing I've realized. It took me long enough. I've been taking the meaning of fiancé too seriously. So much that I actually almost ruined the point of it for myself. I let my own mind around in circles over this. But falling in love is all I had to do. I overthought this by so much. Trying to consider it so deeply just made me think right past the point. It's a see the forest for the trees kind of problem. Hey, you. I haven't been seeing you for who she is. I haven't been recognizing her as Yu Ayasaki, the cold-sensitive Yuki Onna. It has taken me so long to notice a person that the girl with her head on my lap really... What? It's taken me so long to notice a person that I think that the girl there shouldn't even be there. The person with her head on my lap really is. Who? From now on, I'll always pay attention to you. My eyes will always be on you, so to speak.
レン、
I slide my hand over her skin. I run my fingers through her hair. I caress her cheek. A tiny bit of a tear pokes out from her eye, and I gently scoop that away with my finger. If you actually think that's a good thing, that's not a good thing, guys. I would want my girlfriend or my significant other to understand that even though I cherish her, I probably will still choose my family over her. Right? I'm that type of person, guys. Like, and I would assume or I would want my girlfriend to be the same, or my significant other. You can cherish me, but I would also want you to cherish your family. No? Don't just be, you know, don't become complacent. Just because you have your own family, your own inner family, that doesn't mean that your dad, your siblings, they don't exist. They still exist. They're also your family. That's what happened with my family, guys. Once my siblings actually married off, they didn't care about, our core family. They just decided it wasn't really necessary. They got a kid of their own. They got a wife or, a wife or husband of their own. And yeah, they just ditched the core family. And it was bad. It was bad because look at what happened to them now. Once they divorced, they actually came back to us. So, even though I like my family, they definitely did something wrong by doing that for multiple years. They've been married for 15 plus years, guys. Well, maybe not 15, but like 10 plus years, you know? I kinda also felt like I was abandoned to some degree by them. Her face glows with happiness. You beams at me, clearly satisfied. What?
大好き。
Me too. Love you too, you. A sea breeze rolls past us, which is a rather chilly sensation. But I don't care. I still feel so warm with her in my lap like this.
少し寝る。なんだか眠くなってきた。
Take all the time you need. She nods, sending her long, silky hair flowing in the wind. But yeah, you guys can kinda know that sometimes when I play these games and they always show you like the good stuff, my circumstances make me not able to enjoy them, guys. I didn't grow up in a happy family. And like I get that people want to be happy, but I don't think this is necessarily the sort of happiness that I crave. The happiness where you don't understand about sadness, right? I don't crave that. I feel like because I know about sadness, I know how to actually get my own sense of happiness. And it's not this. It's not just by not knowing about sadness. Because I feel like this game never actually showed us any sadness whatsoever. I wanted to enjoy this moment a bit longer, so I welcomed the extension. I feel like happiness is something that you have to achieve for yourself. It's not given by anyone. It's not long before I hear her soft sleep breathing again. I gaze for a while at that calm face. That restful, happy expression. Just watching her makes me feel equal amounts of quiet joy. Here's hoping we can do this right from now on, you. Thanks, localization. It was clearly, like, pretend sleeping. It almost feels like you is actually mirroring the sentiment. But that's just my imagination, right? Well, even if it's not, I don't mind. Taking detours, taking shortcuts, getting lost. I'm not a temporary fiancé anymore. Finally, these feelings have gotten through to me. And so we stay like this. Until only starlight illuminates the waves. So weird because it wasn't even like night in that CG. Clearly the sun was still out. Could've just sucked my dick on the previous scene, you, but alright. It's been a few days since you and I reaffirmed our feelings. Life has been more or less as normal since then. Love and life have been all rosy for me every single day. Show the CG, please. It took me a little while to realize that I have a new bounce in my step. Everything just seems right these days. And I don't just mean in terms of my love life. That's just the natural result of how I spend my days now. Speaking of which, after all that exchanging of I love yous, you get moments like this. Okay, enough talking to myself in my head. Alright, Patreon.com/, Azaikyousuke. I feel like these games, the target audience for these games are not me, guys. At least not when it comes to a Let's Play. Like, when I'm just fapping to this, I don't mind, like, at all, but sometimes what they show in these games, I actually take offense to what they're showing. Because it reminds me of my upbringing. It reminds me that this isn't how life is. Like, people, sometimes when they play these games, they want to use it as some form of escapism. I understand that, but I can't. This isn't the sort of escapism that I even want to see. You know? The escapism I want to see is an actual good storytelling story. This is not even escapism to me. This is brain dead. This is making you try to become brain dead. It makes you not want to think. Just shower you with these like happy moments, you know, quote unquote happy, as I said, because it's not even happiness from my viewpoint. But yeah, I'm gonna have to be a bit more selective when it comes to playing these games, man. Sometimes it makes me feel it's not really making me feel sad, but it's making me angry. The fact that people actually, you know, take whatever these games are showing seriously. Or the fact that someone even wrote this game. But yeah, people on YouTube, I'll see you guys after the scene. People on Patreon, enjoy. We'll probably end the episode after we're done with the scene, actually. But yeah. Alright, we're back. I actually came back in time. It was a pretty short scene, actually. But yeah, she wanted to do an extra round there. Okay, let's finish that and we are gonna end this episode right here. But yeah, the reason why I'm being selective, or I might want to try being more selective, is not necessarily because I mind like being angry, guys. I feel like it's just human nature, right, to showcase these emotions and giving opinions and stuff. But I feel kind of bad for the people that actually choose this, thinking that, you know, they definitely choose this because they enjoy these games, right? And they probably want to see me enjoy the games as them, right? I assume that's probably the reason why people do these suggestions. Because they wanna see how I react to these games, right? So I don't know whether or not you guys want to see me be angry with the games that you selected. I don't mind doing this, of course, as I said. But people might not necessarily enjoy that. So I guess we'll see. I probably still wouldn't mind doing this. But depends on if people actually enjoy seeing me getting angry at this, I guess. At like stories. I mean, I assume they probably will be at the very least, or at least they understand where I'm coming from. It's not like I'm hating the game because it's just it's because for the sake of hating the game, right? But yeah, I guess this is gonna be where I end the episode. That was a pretty short 8C, you know. 1 for the fella, 2 for the hand, 3 for the main. What does that even mean? But okay, this was a pretty rough to record. Mostly because this was showing me just how ridiculously stupid, like, you know, the typical romance is, or the accepted romance between a guy and a girl should be, which clearly I don't accept. And also the fact Ren is an idiot. But okay, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. YouTube, you guys will not be getting these uncensored, but you guys will be getting this early access. To members anyway. But yeah, for people on Patreon, or sorry, YouTube that aren't on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put first episode previews of future playthroughs. Next week, we are definitely gonna be finishing this game. Whether or not there's gonna be a harem route, we are still gonna be finishing it because we got 3 days. So I assume we're gonna need one more episode to finish off Use route. And then if there's a harem route, it's probably just gonna be a single episode, to be honest. But we'll see whether or not there's a harem route. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. I can't wait to play Amayui, guys. I've been waiting to play Amayui for about 2 weeks, man. Holy moly. That is an actual game that I want to play. See ya.